Hey there, YouTube friends. I am excited to share with you some surprises and goodies and offers that I have found while I've been on the search for a homeschool curriculum home or homeschool history curriculum home for our family. I really wanted to find kind of one place to just kind of park and stay for history. I know with math and English and some things like that, like you just kind of have to evaluate each year and see what's working. But when it comes to history, I really did want to find just a home, a place that I could just stay and grow, and we could just stay there through at least the middle school years. And I believe I found that. And so I want to share that with you today. And part of the reason I want to share that is because I have found so much that the company gives. They're a very generous company, and they're very much, they love history and they love homeschoolers, and they're just very generous in what they give. And I've uncovered quite a few things that I've never heard. As much as I've heard about this company, and I've heard a ton about this company on YouTube and in blogs and Facebook groups, but I've never heard anything about the generosity or the offers and things like that they have out there. So I wanted to kind of make you all aware of that, because I know many of you are searching for curriculum at this time of year as well. So I am going to tell you about some of the goodies I found and the special gifts and offers and things like that. I'm going to tell you about my top 3 criteria that led me to pick this company, and then I'm gonna just briefly give you a walkthrough of our plans through 8th grade should we continue to homeschool that long. So first of all, my top 3 criteria for finding a homeschool history were probably different than a lot of people's. At least one of them is different. I think our number 1 criteria, probably many of you that follow me here do share, based on some of your comments and things like that. But the number 1 criteria that we had was to find something that is based on a biblical worldview and appropriately applied. And that last part is really the key, because there are no shortage of homeschool curriculum out there that are based on God's Word and His hand through history. But a lot of things that we have come across in our search, that they're kind of discouraging in a way, because we've seen, entire Bible passages or verses or whatever, kind of twisted around and stretched just to be able to put it on the page. And so what we're looking for is something that appropriately applies the truth of God's Word to the fabric of history, because there's no shortage of examples and evidences of His hand at work. There's no shortage. So we don't need to kind of force things where they don't go, if you know what I mean. So that was our number 1 criteria, and that's a non-negotiable. So that is my first top 3 criteria. My second one is that it must be visually engaging, visually rich, but also have a variety of activities. So some days my son loves workbooks, and he wants to do a workbook page, and he wants to find facts and fill in charts and all that. Some days he wants to draw. Some days he wants to make a recipe from, period or the place that we're studying. Some days he wants to do like a hands-on crafty project. Some days he wants to, do a video, so he likes to switch it up. He doesn't like to do the same thing every day. And I have found that if it's not there for me, I search, way too long to try and find things to go along with what we're learning. So I really wanted to find something that kind of had all of these different type of activities, not even necessarily all hands-on and all crafty projecty, but just a variety, this kind of workbook, and then maybe a map, and then maybe, suggested video, or maybe, just switching it up, just so it's not, okay, read a chapter, do your work page, do a chapter, do your work page. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I just wanted some variety in the types of activities. I'm sorry, guys, my nose is really itching. I'm trying to not itch it while I'm talking to you. Okay, so then the third thing in my top 3 criteria was that we wanted something, and this is the one that no one else is probably going to share, but we wanted something that came with an audiobook because my son is a visual and audio learner. And if there's something that he can hear while he's reading or while he's looking at pictures or whatever, he retains so much more, and he is actually focused on what's going on. If I'm just reading to him and there's no pictures and there's nothing for him to actively do, he's gone. I mean, he's gone. He's not learning. So I have found that I do have to usually give him something to do while I read to him, unless there's an audio book or a YouTube video, like where they're reading a read aloud or something like that, and he's like hooked. And so I've tried out audiobooks and just as a trial run with him, and they've worked great. So it was kind of a criteria for me to have that audiobook, especially for ancient history, because I'm already sensing some disinterest there, like he really doesn't want to do it. And just from my standpoint, it doesn't interest me that much. So I want somebody reading it to him who loves it and who is engaged in it and who brings life to the topic. And the company that I'm going to share with you, they offer that, and the reader is very engaged in the topics that she's sharing. So I've been able to find at least 2 of these criteria in many programs, and I had no shortage of programs to choose from if I only wanted 2, but I only found one program that had all 3 of these things. All 3. The biblical worldview appropriately applied, the visually rich text with the varied activities, and the audiobook, at least for ancients. And that is Notgrass. So that was the only company I found that offered that. And it may not come as a surprise to many of you that, coming from a Charlotte Mason inspired homeschool, that I was a little bit hesitant to look at Notgrass at first, because I thought that it was a textbook-based curriculum. It was just written, by multiple different authors, like in a regular textbook form. I had no idea what was actually in those books. And I just want to say here, before I get into the next part of the video where I share the goodies and the discount and all that, I just want to encourage people that are looking into homeschool curriculum, especially history, because that's what they offer at Notgrass, to take a look at them, because the books do come in a thicker volume textbook. Okay, it is a textbook, but it's not the content of mainstream textbooks. This is written by a family who loves history, who is very engaged in making your student love history, who really wants to make it come alive to your student. And it just so happens that they put all of this into big books with a hard cover, and they put very beautiful pictures, lots of them. There are lots of pictures in these books, and I would just encourage you to take a look at Notgrass, and they've made it really easy for you to do that, which leads me into the next section of the video, which is getting a lot of goodies. They've really made it easy for you to try out their curriculum. They actually offer a download where you can try Notgrass for free for 3 weeks, and you get 3 full weeks of material. You get the student in PDF form. You get the student workbook. You get the MP3s that have the songs on them. If you're ordering the Star Spangled Story, you get different. Let's see, what is that called? The literature guide and answer key. You get, there's more that you get, I'm just forgetting what you get, but you get all of the components for those 3 weeks. So you don't just get 3 weeks of the lesson book. You get all of the little components that you would need as if you're teaching those 3 weeks at home. So it really gives you a good trial run, and I believe that that's a really good amount of time. Like, you should know after 3 weeks whether or not a curriculum is gonna, fit for you. That's a good test run. But they not only give you the opportunity to try the curriculum for free, they give you lots of extra bonuses for being part of their newsletter and their Facebook page and all of this stuff. I found that when I downloaded the trial, I think I picked Uncle Sam to You, and you can actually get a 3-week trial, I think, for all of the curriculum, because I actually went back in and got a 3-week trial for this, and I was able to do it. So you can go in and get a 3-week trial for all of their programs if you want. And about 2 or 3 days after, maybe it was a week after, they checked in, they sent an email and they checked in, what did I think of it? Would you take a survey? Make sure you take that survey, because when I finished that survey, they sent me a special gift, which was $15 credit in my Notgrass account. So I was able to get this book almost for free. I just wanted to just get one book. I just wanted to get something that I knew we could use in our homeschool, regardless if we went with Notgrass or not. So I picked this book, and I'll be showing you this when I detail what we're doing for 3rd grade history and geography. But I was just so shocked at the gift, like $15. I thought that was a really good gift just for taking a survey. So they gave me 3 free weeks of curriculum, and then they gave me $15 off if I wanted to purchase that curriculum. I just thought that was great. And then I get another email that gave me an ebook of the presidents and the first ladies and all the different places across the country, listed 2 ways, listed by president and listed by location, state, of all the different field trips I could take when we study that president, and all the different places that would be good sources of information for studying those presidents. Then I got another ebook. Now I'm blanking on what it was, but it was almost like mini curriculum supplements or something. It was like I was getting all of these things, just for trying their curriculum for 3 weeks. And I continued to notice their generosity when I got into their Facebook page, because, or their Facebook, I think it's a group, and they've held 2 or 3 giveaways just since I've been in the group. And one of the giveaways was 10 $50 gift certificates to purchase curriculum from them. So I feel like they're just such a generous company. They really want to help people try out their curriculum and see if it's a fit for their family. They really love the homeschool community, and they have tremendous customer service. I've had a few glitches already with my account, and they answered me the next day, and I think I got 3 or 4 emails, from them, making sure that everything was working properly. And so I'm just thrilled with the company overall. I'm thrilled with the material. I'm thrilled with the resources that they offer in addition to their curriculum. They have Bible and art, and there's the character study, and they have so many other things that aren't history per se, but just nice other pieces to add to our day. So I would love if you would take the 3-week trial, download a free sample of their curriculum, and let me know what you think. Let me know if this is kind of a surprise to you too. I was pleasantly surprised at how easy this will be to implement. I will be doing reviews of the curriculum where I show you what we're doing and how we're using it. But I just wanted to do this kind of introductory video, and I'm sorry it's a little longer than what I wanted. So thanks for sticking with me if you're still here. But I just wanted to share with you some of those like extra bonuses and things like that. Get on their newsletter, do that download and take the survey, and maybe keep your eye out on their Facebook group as well, so that you can see all of the things that this company is so generously giving to homeschoolers. And then take a second look at Notgrass, because I hate to think that you would pass it by just for the format that the material comes in. It's very much the type of history and what is it that's in that Charlotte Mason, there was a Charlotte Mason quote. I meant to write it down because I knew I wouldn't remember it. But basically, what she encourages with forming relationships with material and really beginning to make it part of who they are. I can so see that happening with this curriculum, because everything is written to the student to try and pull them into history and make them love it as much as the Notgrass family does. So I'm thrilled to have found it. I'm going to take 30 seconds to tell you our plan from here to 8th grade, and then you can leave me any comments or questions below. I will leave a link below where you can get that free download and get your survey in the mail, and hopefully get your free gift of $15 off and all of those extra downloads that they send. I will leave that link below, but please feel free to ask me any questions that you have about some of the things that I may have talked about today. So our plan, we are going to do a state study next year in geography form, not so much history, but more geography, trail guide to U.S. geography, I think it's called, and we're going to finish that early. So I'll probably get the second half of the Star Spangled Story and use that for the second half of our 3rd grade year. And then in 4th grade, I plan to do half of the year, or half of the course, Uncle Sam and You, and then in 5th grade, I'll do the second half. I really wanted to time it so I could do that during an election year, because that first half of the course deals with our election process. Then in 6th grade, I plan to do the first half of From Adam to Us. In 2nd grade, we will take the second half of From Adam to Us. And in 8th grade, we will do American the Beautiful all at once, the whole course in 1 year as written. My younger daughter will be tagging along at points, but we will give her the full Star Spangled Story curriculum, probably break it up over 2 years, and then she'll jump into this cycle probably starting around 3rd or 4th grade as well, as I just described to you. So that's how we plan to use it, and I look forward to sharing it with you in the future on my channel here. I'd love to hear if a Notgrass user, maybe some other things that I'm still learning about. I'm new to the curriculum, but I at least wanted to share what I knew, because I hadn't heard anybody else share the generosity of this company with others. So take care, everyone. Bye-bye.